What's good, y'all? It's time for a DL short. Spencer Cornelia is a YouTuber. He's a real estate agent. He's a house hack guy. He loves to like buy a home and then rent out all the rooms to to gain income, which a lot of people are doing that, especially on the West Coast. I believe he's in Las Vegas. Well, Spencer caught a case. It seems Spencer's a big YouTuber and he's known for exposing fake gurus. He's known for um, going after charlatans, and basically, and then he's also known for going after people he don't like. So here's his YouTube channel, and I mean, as you can see here, like just by looking at the thumbnails, going after Dan Bilzerian, going after the Liver King guy. He goes after those gambling guys to go out to, give me $20 and I can make you $2 million gambling. Obviously those dudes aren't being real. Went after Andrew Tate, went after I have to say, definitely have to say this, went after Fresh and Fit. Because those are my guys, I mean, full disclosure. I'm not trying to, you know, not be transparent here. Um, Went after Fresh and Fit, went after Fresh a couple of times. Like he was really about going after Fresh. This is what he kind of this is how he made his bones, right? He was just kind of doing these kind of videos. He's done some really good work, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to watch his stuff a lot. He would try to help those who got caught up by, people who were doing dirty stuff. So he caught this case. Uh, he I guess a couple years ago he did an episode or expose on a YouTuber, and he called a defamation case, which is a civil case. It's not a criminal case; it's a civil case. And in America, the law system, our legal system, it works, but it's really really messed up. Like if you have enough money, you could break someone. You have enough money, you can destroy people. Donald Trump has done it in the past. And, there's a lot of people out there who file frivolous lawsuits. It costs money just to get them dismissed. Lots of money. So we have Spencer here who is dealing with it. So there's a video he has out when he's talking about how much money he's having to spend just to um defend himself with this particular case, right? So let's have a look at this, man. Let's check this out. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel bad for the guy a little bit, but at the same time, you know, I we'll get into that in a little bit, but check this out.
Important part, attorney's fees. I've spent $282,598.04, and it has been just a few weeks shy of 2 years that we've been in litigation. So I am putting a link in the description below for GoFundMe. This has been an incredibly challenging time in my life. I'm very privileged to be able to have earned enough to be able to pay that. However, I'm stuck, and there's a chance, we'll get into in a minute, there's a chance that this is not over. I mean, we're still litigating. And so it would be more than helpful if anyone wants to help out, it'd be much appreciated. Why in the world does litigation cost so much?
Litigation's expensive. That's really all there is.
And the person he's talking to is his lawyer. So he has one of the best law firms to handle these sorts of cases. And then when you gotta get an attorney, you're gonna need a retainer. Retainers aren't cheap. You have to pay by the hour. Attorneys bill you. They bill you. That's what they do. That's how they make their money. And they are a necessary. I was gonna say necessary evil, but a lot of attorneys aren't evil. They are out there to help you, but it costs what it costs. You know what I mean? They're necessary entities in today's world, especially if you out here doing this YouTube thing and you're going after folks. Um, a lot of people in YouTube, they don't understand who they dealing with, and they truly don't understand the American system. You dig? Like, so there's people who come from parts of the world, parts of America, they have to deal with the legal system in one form or another, so they get it. But then there are other people who are raised away from that, and they believe that, oh, well, I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm fine, and good will always prevail. That's not the case. It's just not. Good people get crushed every single day in America, and bad people prevail every single day in America. It's not 100% one way or the other, but generally speaking, the person with the most money is the person who's going to win. Why do you think Donald Trump hasn't really been touched until recently? No one could get him. He would just run you through court until you ran out of money. How come that's another entity you can't sue and get away with and win is the federal government. You can't. This federal government will only give you what they want you to have. You can't stop them. You can't. You can't outspend them. Google can't outspend them. Amazon, Tesla can't outspend the U.S. federal government. So if you get into court, and the government, they own the court system. So that's why people, get so upset about the family law system, because that's, it's all messed up, right? It's all kind of political. So Spencer is caught up in this thing. Now, the thing that, like Spencer is dealing with these claims, and there was a part in here where I want to show this one part real quick, guys. Check this out.
Stop.
So here's something I did say that we admitted to. Derek, at the time the video was released, his Instagram was taken down. We do not know why it was taken down. I speculated in the comments that Derek's man boobs were against Instagram's terms of service, leading to an immediate termination. In the email, Instagram made it clear that Derek is at least 50 pounds away from appeal court. He included that in the lawsuit. I've read that 62 times, and it's funny every single time. I know you're not trying to laugh.
The funny thing is, that's...
So when you're dealing with the court system and you're dealing with this sort of stuff, man, I'm looking at Spencer. I was watching this video and I got to this part and he's just laughing. He's saying this stuff. He made the comment about the man boobs. He's saying this dude's overweight, whatever. All right, I get all that. And he, he's talking to, that's his attorney he's talking to. And his attorney's like, oh, no, I'm not, you're not supposed to laugh, whatever he's saying. His attorney doesn't want to laugh because this is real business, right? To the tune of over $200,000 and growing. And Spencer is over here laughing about it, right? And this is the thing with people like Spencer and people like Spencer, right? They come off very condescending, right? They want to, under their breath, do those little side shots or whatever. And people find themselves not liking them. Now, I get it. He's frustrated. This is devastating him. It's devastating his way of life. It's devastating his business. He's losing subscribers. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, Spencer was big on going after gurus and exposing folks. But when the FTX thing broke, a lot of his friends, he got some friends who were big YouTubers, were taking a lot of that FTX money. Spencer went out there and instead of going after them, he went out and defended them. I got to give him points. That's loyalty. He was sticking up for his dudes, right? Where are they now? This guy's going broke. He's gonna keep having to come up with money. He's gonna have to maybe go into the equity of his homes at a time where the values of homes are dropping. It's hard to get money. He's trying to figure out where he's gonna get this cash because he have to pay these attorneys. I understand that feeling. He's frustrated. And there's a lot of times people say, I gotta laugh so I don't cry. Well, maybe he should have cried. Maybe he should have cried on this one. Because you're sitting there, you laughing, you calling some dude fat, whatever. To us on the street, it don't mean nothing. But this guy is using a different system. And they look at this stuff. This is on video, man. They look at this stuff. I mean, he could lose. I hope he does. I hope he wins. I really hope he prevails. I hope he gets his money back. But this is what I'm talking about, bro. You got to be careful out here. Now, Spencer did another video to address that video that we just saw. That video we just had, that I just showed, it was like a couple hours long. You can tell that Spencer was very frustrated. You can tell that this tactic is working. It has exacted a toll on this brother. I get it. He's frustrated. I get it. More than 2/3 of my life has been like that. You just, it's like you feel helpless. There's nothing you can do about it. He's gotten himself up to a point, working hard and this and that. Got himself to a point, got a couple dollars stashed away, and then boom, all that stuff gets wiped out in 2 years, 24 months. All that money's gone. Now, he's had some ups and downs. He's taken some losses being in the real estate game. And, he talks about that on his platform. He has some really good content. I think what hurt him the most is people find him maybe not likable. He's that guy, he's that guy you want to smack in the face, right? He's that dude you want to grow up and just, slam nickels out of. He was just that pretentious dude, that privileged guy, who came from this great world, and he's not grateful for his status. Dude came from a very nice family. He has college and all that, was able to play sports. He's out here working with a net. He tells stories about how he was in Cincinnati, Ohio, buying property, and he made some mistakes, had the wrong contractors, and he lost all of his investment, went to a point where he had to ride the bus to work. He was back in Vegas or whatever. He had to, start from square one. He didn't really start from square one. Mommy and daddy, I'm pretty sure, bailed him out. You know what I mean? And then he just went out there and started again and built himself up. You know, now he has like 4 properties. He talks about it in this video we're going to look at. And the thing with Spencer, it's that likability. That I think that's what hurt him, because he talks about how his numbers have gone down on YouTube and AdSense isn't making as much. And then, you know, he talks about sponsorships. Maybe they're jumping off because of that FTX thing. So I get it. I get it. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of feel sorry for the dude. Real talk. I kind of feel sorry for him. So let's check this out. He talks about how much he makes, because people got on him about asking, you know, starting up the GoFundMe. And let's hear what he has to say about that.
Last week with my attorney talking about my lawsuit, and I mentioned a GoFundMe that I started. So I am putting a link in the description below for a GoFundMe. This has been an incredibly challenging time in my life. I was surprised to see a lot of negative comments towards me, and I realized there was just some disconnect. And so I'm making this video to share everything about my income, my net worth, my expenses, everything, so that you have a better understanding of why I started a GoFundMe. I released this video where I interview my attorney who's defending me in a frivolous lawsuit against the fake guru. In that video, I shared how much I've spent so far. Important part, attorney's fees. I've spent $282,598.04. I am humbled that many of you think I'm incredibly wealthy and make insane amounts of money, but the truth is I do not. Let's open up the books. I own 4 properties in Las Vegas. I have made a video on YouTube including the numbers to all of them, but let's do an update right now. I have a 7-bed house that generates $4,400 a month in rental income. I'd estimate I spend around $3,000 a month in total expenses, $1,400 a month in net cash flow from this property. I have a 6-bed house that generates $4,700 a month in rental income. Total expenses are around $4,000 a month for $700 a month net cash flow. I have a 6-bed house hack that I live in that generates $4,700 a month in rental income. Total expenses are around $4,500 for a net cash flow of $200. I have an Airbnb that generates between $5,000 to $9,000 revenue each month. The expenses vary, but let's estimate a net cash flow of around $1,000 per month on average. The cash flow of around $3,000 from rental income fully covers my living expenses, car, health insurance, food. I'm frugal, so my personal expenses are pretty low. I now have a course called
And he's keeping it 100. You see how hard he works. He's doing the house hack thing. You look at those properties like, man, look at them properties, man. He owned them houses. He's doing good. There's people living in those properties that share the rooms. And even in the one that he has, he's not the only one in there. It's not like he's just got his, you know, hands and head behind his head, his feet kicked up. Nah, he's in there with other people. Living with strangers, bro, is hard. And that's what he does. That's the house hack thing. You're renting your rooms out to strangers. You have to share common areas. There are rules. It's kind of like living in a dorm or living in the barracks or something like that. I mean, I'm sure it's not military guidelines, but there are restrictions. There's only so much you can do. You have to agree to all that to move in. And sometimes you let crazy people move into your place and they destroy the house. He has a video about that. One of his roommates burned up one of the walls. Just, you know, out of control people. You just never know what happens. You don't know what you're getting. So he's living, like he said, a frugal life. He's not out here balling, riding around in Ferraris and Lamborghinis and flying private jets and popping bottles. He's not doing that. So I give him credit for that. But he's out here hustling. Let's keep going.
Called House Hack King, where I detail how I have successfully operated the rent by room model. I currently charge $297 for the course and have made 3 sales so far. Kajabi costs around $200 a month, and there were some expenses I incurred to make the course, so I'm currently in the red on the course, despite some of you thinking I'm making millions. Maybe one day, but not yet. I'm a real estate agent. In 2022, I made $38,147 as an agent as side income. I bought 2 properties representing myself and had 2 nice size referral commissions. To date, in 2023, I've made $3,307 from referrals. I refer people to my broker and make a referral commission when they buy or sell a property. Referrals are nice, but not expected. It's a nice side income when it happens, but not something I rely on. I have equity in a company called OPM Mastery. These guys are local in Vegas, met them through friends, and I fully believe in them, which is why I am an equity partner in their business. They assist small business owners in acquiring business credit and would love to help you if you're interested. I am a small equity partner and make on average $800 to $1,000 a month in disbursements. I currently do not have any cash reserves. My guesstimate is a net worth of around $600,000. Now, let's talk YouTube. We'll begin with the year 2000.
And then he goes into his YouTube, right? He goes into his YouTube and he breaks down how much he's making. And he does this often, even before this. He would, like, every 3 months or so, he would go and he would break down how much money he's making on YouTube. He was making a lot of money. And the AdSense is falling off. And YouTube content creators, I'm a new content creator. I don't know exactly what he's talking about here. I'm gonna drop the links in the description so you guys can go back and watch this. I might even do a full podcast on this. So here's the thing. Spencer goes on to basically break it down. Like you said, he has no cash reserves. His net worth based on all the properties and other stuff he's into, he's about around $600,000. He's doing good, but he's not balling nowhere near out of control. And the reason he doesn't have any reserves, he doesn't have any cash reserves, because he's put $250,000 into this case. And the case is nowhere near over. Chances are, man, he's going to get, if the case doesn't go his way, he's going to lose even more. Like I said, I feel bad for this dude. And this is how our country works. So use this as a precautionary tale. Spencer, I might not like the guy. I've never met him. So, I don't like the persona, that I've seen so far. I've never met the guy. He's probably pretty cool. Who knows? I never met him. But he's learning a very harsh lesson right now. And we could learn from this lesson too, guys. Especially if you on here doing this YouTube thing. Be careful how you move. Protect yourself at all times. That's what my brother Hank in the basement says all the time. Shout out to him. It's not just the women out here who trying to get you. Y'all dudes out here from the red pill space and all that. You ain't got to just worry about women. You got to worry about everybody. You got to worry about everybody. Some of us got to worry about their own family. There's people out here trying to get over, period. Spencer, really, if you look into what the case is about, man, from the outside looking in, it's like, look like he did anything bad. Like, I've seen bad stuff before. It doesn't look bad, but it's not going his way right now because he has to just come up with all this bread. So I just wanted to do a real quick, short kind of highlighting this. Next week, I think I will do a full length. I'm going to do a full length podcast on his situation. I'm going to reach out to him. Maybe I can even get him to come over and talk. You know what I mean? And just to get his stance on it. I don't know how much of this he can talk about because it is, currently under litigation, but just to talk to the dude. We'll see. But that's all I got for now, man. Like I said, I'm DL Saint. Thanks for checking me out, man. I'll see y'all later. Peace.